Welcome to a day in the life of an SCS user. Now to start with, I'm a Nortel marketing guy, yes, guilty as charged, but I'm also an SCS end user. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how I personally use some of the SCS capabilities in one of my typical work days. First off, I'll mention that I'm going to be on the move today. So I've got a few meetings both in the office and off-site, but I don't want to miss any important calls. So I'm going to set up my incoming calls to ring both my office and home office numbers first. But if I don't answer either of these after a certain duration, I want it to automatically forward the incoming call to my cell phone. Now this feature is an advanced type of call forwarding, otherwise known as Find Me, Follow Me, or single number reach. And on SCS, it's really easy to set up. Let me show you how. So first I go into my own personal SCS user portal, and I just add my password here. And I go into the call forwarding tab, and I'm going to add a couple of numbers here. I'm going to add in my home office number, 555-1111, and I'm going to add in my cell phone number, 555-2222. So this is the way it works. I'm going to set it up so here's my business office number. That's going to ring first. At the same time, I'm going to have my home office number ring. You can see it's enabled. I have the opportunity to disable it as well. I'm going to let it ring for 30 seconds. You know what? I'll let it ring for 25 seconds. After that 25 seconds, if there's no response, it's going to forward the call to my cell phone. And it'll ring for 30 seconds. After that 30 seconds, it'll simply go to voicemail. So you can see, it's as simple as that. Any incoming calls to my office number, now they're going to ring both my office and my home office lines at the same time. If I don't answer after 25 seconds, then it's going to call my cell phone, and if I don't answer after 30 seconds on my cell phone, it'll just go to voicemail. This way I don't miss any important calls, and it's really simple to set up. So now I'm going to check my voicemail using unified messaging. Unified messaging is a feature where your voicemail gets sent to your email, so it's one-stop shopping for both. And once it's there, you can double-click to listen on the message. You can store the voicemail in an email folder. You can save it on your hard drive, or you can even forward it off to somebody else, just like a regular email. And it's really, really easy to set up on SCS. Let me show you how. So I'm in my personal SCS user portal, and I've clicked on the My Information tab. From here you can see at the top there's a very simple way to change my voice greeting if I happen to be on vacation or away from the office. But below this is the section related to unified messaging. I simply enter my email address in here, then I click the attached voicemail box, then I click Apply, and I'm done. Now all my voice messages will be sent to my email address as attachments, and I just have to double click to listen to them. Now I can also put in multiple email addresses if I need to as well, which is useful for group monitored voicemail boxes or having your voicemail sent to your personal email address when you're on vacation and want to stay in touch. There's inherent security as it's password protected, as you see below. So that's all it takes to set up unified messaging on SCS. Now I'm going to check my email to see if I've got any voice messages. So as you can see, it appears I have a new voice message from Colin, who's a colleague of mine, and you can see his name and phone number here in the subject header, so I know who it's from, and I've got embedded hyperlinks down below that can actually take me directly into my own personal SCS user portal. But for now, let's just double click on the voicemail attachment for a quick listen.
Hey Chris, it's Colin. Give me a call back when you get a chance. Thanks.
Now let me get back to Colin using my advanced SCS soft phone. Before I get back to Colin, just a quick overview of some of the advanced capabilities of the Nortel SCS soft phone. I use this to make and receive calls from my laptop, and it comes with integrated presence, instant messaging, video conferencing, and both video and voice call recording. Now I'll get back to Colin and show you a few of these features in action. So first I'm going to check Colin's presence, and it looks like he's available from the little green arrow here. So I'm going to right-click on his name. You can see I have the option of calling him, using a video call, sending him an instant message, looking at his profile information. I can look at our call or instant message history, or I can even assign a different ringtone for his incoming calls, or block him altogether. Now, if I didn't want to make a phone call or some sort of communication with him via the right-click, I can also enter the phone number up here, or even using a traditional dial pad up at the top. But for now, I'm going to send him an instant message, and I'm going to say, "Got your voicemail. Can you talk now?" He can, so let's say video call. Sure, perfect. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to set a video call, and there is Colin. Colin, I'm just doing a day in the life of an SCS user, so bear with me here, okay? So you can see we're not using any fancy hardware here. We've just basically got off-the-shelf standard webcams. Now from here I can actually record the video call by pressing this button here. I can certainly do mute. I can do the same with regular voice calls as well. I can do that voice recording. I can even conference up to 6 different people into this video call. So multi-party video conferencing at my desktop just simply by pressing the conferencing button, putting either dialing in their name or right-clicking from my contacts list. So you can see there are tons of advanced capabilities in this soft phone, and it's really easy to use. So I finished my video call with Colin and have a voice conference call that I'm chairing in just a couple of minutes. So here's a quick overview of SCS's conferencing capabilities. With SCS, every user gets their own Meet Me voice conferencing capability that's fully integrated with the solution, so no extra hardware or application licenses and at no extra charge. Now it's also password protected and it supports hundreds of simultaneous callers with crystal clear audio. And finally, it's got really easy to use chairperson control, so let me show you rather than tell you. So I'm back in my own personal SCS user portal, and specifically in the My Information tab and the sub-tab under Conferences. And here you can see my conference bridge, but there's nobody on the bridge right now, 0 active. So let's take a look at some of my details. So you see my personal conference extension here. This is my name, my extension number. You can see I've got it enabled. I've given a brief description. And this is the password that my participants will have to use to access the call. And maximum number of legs. This is basically how many attendees that you can have on your conference call. I've used 0, which is the default, which means unlimited essentially. So now let's go back and see if people are joining my conference call by clicking on participants. So this is my SCS conferencing screen that's fully integrated within my personal SCS user portal. And you can see a few people are joining my conference bridge. Folks, I'll be with you in just a moment. As you can see, SCS actually tells you who's joining the call, and if it doesn't recognize an attendee by username, it'll give their phone number instead. And here are a few of the options available to me as chairperson. I can isolate people from the call, and then I can, just by clicking the include button, bring them back. And this basically means for that duration, they can't hear anything temporarily. So I might use that to isolate certain individuals while we have a quick sidebar conversation about a sensitive topic outside of their area of interest. Then I just click include to bring them back. I can also mute and unmute participants, which is pretty straightforward. And then I can disconnect people as well. Now, this is an interesting feature. I can actually add a participant by simply typing in their phone number, and the SCS system itself calls them and adds them to the conference call. So as you can see, Meet Me voice conferencing with SCS has some pretty sophisticated capabilities, but it's really easy to use. So I'm hoping from this short video you're left with a few ideas on how SCS can improve your productivity. It can completely unify your communications, including your people, your devices, your applications, and business processes. It's fully integrated and really easy to use. It improves your accessibility both when you're in the office and when you're on the move. And it enables strong collaboration between employees and across other business stakeholders. And the bottom line is SCS can save you a lot of time. In fact, some of the leading analysts out there calculate that the time savings from some of the SCS features can range from 15 to 60 minutes per employee per day. So that really adds up. Now, if you want to learn more about how SCS can save you time and money, check out www.nortel.com/SCS or contact a Nortel authorized reseller today. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great day.